So we have pumped so much time into getting so much of this to work in the back end just so that we've been able to make this happen actually. And it's going to happen. And that's what's going on right now. I mean, it's absolutely huge. Get in before the price rises to 24.95 and understand what's going on. Ask your questions. I mean, that's all it's about. We're going to be chatting on the webinars. You guys are going to ask your questions. We're going to chat on the webinars. WMS affiliates, we are going to do something we haven't done before. I forgot to tell you. When this goes up to 24.95, guess what? We are going to require a referrer name for every single cell. So when you put your ads out, make sure to put your name on it. Say it's by invitation only. Got to use a name to get in. So then you put in your name, Bob Smith. Whatever it is you go by is the WMS affiliate. We'll probably use something else too, like a customer number, something, or an email address, like name and email address. And that way, if there are two Bob Smiths, the second guy is the one who gets the credit, not the first. So we'll figure it's got to be two things, obviously. Name by itself doesn't work. But we'll get that embedded here with the 24.95. It'll just be a requirement. The guy will be able to buy, but he's going to be told literally, hey, before you can get your stuff accessed, we need a name. Say they came through our site. They don't have a name. What do? They go to Google and they start searching for something like everybody wants to know what I want to put. I don't know what they're going to search for, but it could be Mowg-WP system, anything like that. And one of the first names that they're going to come across, Michael Pohl, does not count in this case, right? And you can't just say Michael Pohl. The answer is no. Got to come through Michael Pohl for Michael Pohl, whatever. But the buyer's coming through. Hey, I may just have to tell Michael, sorry, man, can't get affiliate cuts. Ah, poor guy. But you got to find a name, man. I'm not just going to give you one. I'm not going to give you one. Got to go search. Who does that reward? Guys who were talking about it anyway. It rewards the guys in the forums who go talking about it. It rewards guys who are going and posting all over the place, who create their own sites and emoji it up, whatever. WMS affiliates there's always going to be an affiliate getting a credit for a sale from now on. When we go to 24.95, that will happen. It's 25%, by the way. What the heck is that? Let me get that up. What is 0.25 times 24.95 anyway? Equals, there you go, 623.75. That's your cut for selling the system, not this. This is the pro run. You get like 5K for selling a run or whatever it is. You got the room to maneuver. We got suggested retail pricing, wholesale pricing for a different number of pages produced, and this whole scale. But anyway, I think you get the point. There's a lot going on. You're going to want to be on the webinar. Register. I don't remember how many seats are available. We will record. We will put it out anyway. And definitely, if you're thinking about getting in because you realize you should, get the money now while it's $14.95 and save yourself $1,000. Don't just hope that we're going to give you $1,000 off later, because we're really not. We're going to be so busy we don't have time for all the custom stuff. We're just going to simply go, and besides, it's going to hurt an affiliate because we're going to require affiliate cuts of 25%. Don't screw around with that. I don't know how many websites out there on the internet have something like a production line. I'm going to guess like 5. Uh, but no one's ever heard of one that we know of. I don't know why no one does it. It just takes an abundance mentality to create the idea, I guess. The idea that it's better for me if I pay you more of what I could do myself. And it's the right thing. We don't believe people should be driving back and forth to work all the time. Very often, a lot of people going back and forth to work don't need to. Some people do. They're welders or dentists. They have to go to the office. A lot of people don't. They're just told they have to go to the office. They have to iron their suit every night. They have to get the babysitter for their kid. They have to pay for all that extra insurance for the car going back and forth. They have to pay for all that extra gas. How would you like to make your insurance lower and solve the traffic problem? Well, companies are going to wake up one day and realize if they can't pay a raise, if they can't give out a raise, then they can at least give the benefit of letting people work from home who can work from home. That would take a lot of cars off the street. It would save people on gas, on insurance for all the extra mileage that they would normally put on their car every month going to work. It would save them having to find the babysitter, save them having to deal with their clothing. And they don't have to just work 8 hours for no reason. I mean, if they need to break off to go to the store and get something and come back or whatever, or go do something else, or just step out for a coffee break, they can do it. As long as it's not interfering with business, they just know what their schedule is. Why should they be having to sit in the office anyway? I don't know. I really don't know. I think you can work from home. And I think you don't need to put in 40 hours a week to do your job and do it well and improve upon it. I think if you could do it for 15 hours a week and you just wanted to make it swifter and you were paid well, I think you would try. And I think you would improve. And I think you would become your own new mentor. Talk about that. We haven't even mentioned that. That'll come up on the call. What happens when you're a mentor and you're overseeing people? You're paid not just for one person's run, you're paid for all the people you oversee, and you do less work yourself. They're doing the elbow grease work, and you're just reviewing it and passing it. And your job is based on being careful, scrutinizing, making sure the work's done right. If there's a period in the middle of a sentence, you should be able to catch it because you're careful. But you're paid just to review the work other people did and know the difference. That's why you have to work as a specialist before you can become a mentor. Okay, but then you get paid a lot more. The pay's like 2.5 times as much, and it could be a lot more. And it's for doing a lot less work. Really, you get paid a lot more for doing a lot less because you're kind of a manager now. And yeah, you can still sell runs, and yeah, you can still become the hero of your neighborhood, helping your buddies out. There's a lot going on. There's a lot more going on. I got a list of things here. I just don't have time. We're gonna start them on the tutorial or on the webinars here on Tuesday night. Okay, Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. All right. Okay, that's the latest I want to put out for now, and just say, get it. You don't need to refer yet, although it's nice. I mean, I always love it when people go out of their way to find some affiliate and buy through the affiliate. I just love it. Just now we're going to start requiring it. And that way affiliates will always get paid a share. And that way if you become a WMS affiliate and you go selling these things, you always get paid your share. And it's very easy to sell when we have a production line. Final point I want to make. Michael Paul actually drove up here and we got together and we went to a WordPress seminar. And right here in Seattle, we were amazed. It was a room full of programmers who knew nothing about internet marketing, really. They just knew they could code stuff that was kind of cool, but they don't know why to do it. And when somebody would say, anybody have any ideas? They'd all look around at each other with their eyes wide, their eyebrows kind of in the air, their jaws hanging slightly agap. Everybody looking for inspiration from everyone else and no one having any. It was amazing. Michael and I were there and we kind of at the back of the room, we were just like, we looked at each other. It's like, should we take over this meeting? Should we raise our hand and say we have something to talk about? If you guys would like some, guest presentation stuff done, because we could kind of talk about where we're at. We can log in the back office and show people where the line is and stuff like that so that they can see what's going on. We were mesmerized. It would be amazing to pitch this thing up there. There would be so many people who were there who would straight be willing to get this and get in, learn the stuff, have the tools, go through the course, and do stuff for us. And by the way, you want to talk about another income stream? Create a new process for a production line, something we can upsell to clients, because the sales force will take off doing it. Everybody gets paid. Guys who create a process, create a production line, they get paid for everything that goes through the line, guys. And then that's a new line for people to sit down and work on that they can qualify for and get paid too. We're all about handing out. And the result is huge. We learned that a long time ago. Somebody said, I'd be worried that you guys are sitting at the table eating the feast and you're throwing scraps to the dog, right? Well, at one point we realized when we looked at each other, this is what it is. We're not the guy sitting at the table throwing scraps to the dog. We're the dog. We're sitting down there. Well, our job is to put the quote-unquote masters at the table and make sure they're getting the feast and throw us the scraps happily. And then we put up more masters over here, more masters over there, more masters over there. We get everyone up taking care of themselves, and they're all throwing us scraps. That's how we get where we're going. It's very serious, and people have been really keen on that concept. I've seen people tear up over the idea personally, just hearing the concept, because it's where we're at. And the final thing, we went down to Portland, Oregon, and we learned about the extreme importance of content, developing content, and how important it is to have content on your site. We learned that actually from Margot Bloomstein here, or Bloomstein, I forget how it goes.